Now, I know we've all been told a urban legend by our parents or even maybe our peers. How true is that urban legend? I don't know, my nigga. But today we're gonna be doing one urban legend for every continent. So that's 7 continents, 7 urban legends. I ain't gonna lie, bro. We starting off with Africa, and I gotta do my people justice. I gotta put us first just this one time. But let's get into it. This one is called Pinky Pinky. And the tale goes, the Pinky Pink, which was believed to be a half man, half woman that stalked bathrooms. In the mid 90s, this story was going around schools a lot. And in my primary school, one day it ended up causing mass hysteria when a kid ran out the bathroom during break shouting, "Pinky, Pinky." The kid had seen it, as if it was in there, and literally the entire school worth of kids ran out the halls, ran out the classrooms, ran out the school onto the field in fear, and they all gathered. The principal had to address it in an assembly the next morning and tell everyone it was a load of crap. Do y'all believe the Pinky Pinky story? I'm not buying that shit, my nigga. That shit cap, bro. I'm calling cap on that story. Next, we got Asia, and this one is called The Soulless Girl. 5 teens were driving in a car late at night. They decide to pass by an old haunted house that everyone in school likes to tell stories about. Okay. Starting off like a basic scary movie. Okay, I feel y'all. Everyone likes to tell stories about. So they park their car in front of the house. As they are sitting, they're joking and laughing. The girl in the middle back seat stops altogether. Everyone stops and looks at her. She is as pale as a ghost. She looks at everyone and says, "You guys would never leave me, right? You guys would never leave me, right?" She then looks down to her feet. Everyone's gaze follows to her feet, and they see 2 hands sticking out from under the back seat grabbing her ankles. Hey, yo, no Diddy, word. She finna get dragged to the Diddy party, word. Everyone freaks out and runs out the car, leaving her inside alone. When they go back, she is nowhere to be found. So she was getting her ankles grabbed, and all of her friends jumped out the car and didn't try to pull her back in. They just jumped out and ran off. And where did she get pulled to if she was already in the backseat in the middle and she was getting her ankle? Who was pulling her ankles from the trunk, bro? Sean Diddy Coleman, bro. You gotta chill. I'm calling this one cap also. Next, we got North America, and the urban legend is Catman. The tale goes, I lived in a small suburb with farmland all around and forest beyond the fields. Legend has it that in the forest just across the nearest field, the Catman lived by himself in a hut he had built himself. Catman is crazy. That's me though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm the Catman. Now let me get back to the story. Lived by himself in a hut he had built himself. You'd know if you got close to his hut because he had placed dead cats on stakes all around the perimeter of his dwelling. Never mind, I'm not the Catman. This nigga is weird. He supposedly snuck into our neighborhoods at night between 2 or 3 in the morning. This nigga on some Diddy shit, you heard? Hunting cats which he flayed, ate their flesh, and sold their skins. If you met him, you would instantly freeze and go insane because after eating all those cats, he no longer had human eyes, but cat eyes. Needless to say, we had several aborted missions to locate his hut in the woods. But when we got to the edge of the field, we had scared ourselves silly with stories and ran back into the safety of suburban orderliness. Y'all telling me y'all went to go look for him. Y'all went to his cabin. Y'all went to bro cabin. What is up with y'all, bro? It hit different when this how I know it took place in North America and not Africa, because why is we looking for the Catman in the forest? I think this one is partially true though. I don't think it's fully true. I think it's partially true. Like some of the elements of the story probably actually happened, but you know what I'm saying? Who am I to say? Let's move on. Next we got South America and the legend of El Silbón. Y'all let me know if I'm saying that correctly. If I'm not, y'all please correct me if y'all feel the need to. And the tale goes, El Silbón was a young man in Los Llanos in Venezuela. He was a good kid, growing up with a loving mother and a drunk father. One night when the boy's father had came home drunk, whistling a tune, he began to beat his mother. And that's crazy. Coming home and just beating somebody for no reason. I had a bad day at work today. Well, fuck, John. I'm gonna go home and wail on my wife. Was how they was moving back then, bro. That's crazy. The boy, unable to just stand by as her mother was attacked, took a knife from the kitchen and stabbed his father through the heart, killing him. Okay, my boy. I see you, my boy. I see you, my boy. You know what I'm saying? He on his Joe Goldberg timing. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. His grandfather arrived in the house and saw what his grandson had done, so he tied him to a tree in the backyard until his back was raw and bloody. Once he was finished, he poured a mix of alcohol and lime onto the cut. Whoa. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, these niggas moving freaky in these stories, bro. To add to his misery. Then he untied him and set off his rabid dogs after him. The boy had no choice but to run from the dogs, back bleeding a trail everywhere he went. It is said he ran for so long he never died, but rather simply became a spirit doomed to run forever. The whistle of his father stuck to his lips. His sound was said to be deceiving. So when it sounded like he was nearby, he was actually far, and when he sounded in the distance, he was very near. He took souls sparingly, but put the bones of his victims in a sack he carried over his shoulder. Next up, we got Antarctica, and this one was kind of hard to find because who the fuck lives? You can't really even go to Antarctica. But this one is called Base 211. The story goes, one of the most enduring urban legends about Antarctica involves the supposed existence of a secret Nazi base. Am I allowed to say that? I'ma just say base. According to this legend, during World War II, the base established a hidden base on the continent, often referred to as Base 211 or New Swabia. This theory suggests that the conducted secret research and possibly even fled to this base after the war's end. I believe this one to be true. It's very short and brief, and you know what I'm saying, that is like something that is like, this one is like the most likely to be true, if y'all know what I'm saying. Like Europe, this one is called the Vrykolakas. I'm gonna just call it the Vryks or Vries. The Vry is typically created when an individual dies under unusual or violent circumstances, such as self-death, excommunication, or unholy death. In some tales, improper burial rituals can also lead to the creation of the Vry. Okay, so the story goes. A girl was bullied in her school for years and years and years, and it never stopped. She self and became a Vry. To all the people that ever bullied her over those 2 to 3 years, she came back and them one by one by one. But that's not the case. She would go to their burials and make sure it was an improper ritual, so they all became Vries and their souls can never ascend. And that is the story of the Vry. I'm gonna call this one, that one made my, you know what I'm saying, made my body shiver a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That one made my body shiver a little bit, I will say that. But my nigga, I don't know, I'm gonna call this one Gap. Last but not least, we got Australia. The legend is called the Paliga Princess. The story goes, the Paliga Princess is believed to be the ghost of a woman who once lived in the area. There are various versions of her story, but a common theme is that she was a homeless woman who wandered the highways and backroads of the Paliga Forest. She was looking for a ride one day, so she was hitchhiking, which is illegal, I should point out. Just kidding. She was hitchhiking, and the truck driver that pulled her up did bad stuff to her, and her after. Okay? Her soul is trapped at this in the Paliga Forest, and she looks for truck drivers and tries to obscure them off the road and things of that nature, and just tries to as much as she can. You guys know? the Polygamy Princess. Okay. Do I believe this one is true? I believe that those things happen to her, but I don't think she's still out there. If you are, please don't come for me, lady, because I will have to put something on you. I will have to put something on you. I will have to put something on you. YouTube, that is fake. Please don't. You know what I'm saying? Please don't. That is fake. Anyways, there's a case like that where there's this lady that was hitchhiking and she got by this guy and she got revenge and kept doing it to other truck drivers. But that's what that reminded me of. Anyways, that was 7 continents for y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if y'all enjoyed the video. Let me know what y'all want to see. Follow my Instagram down below. Please, 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 please. And I'm going to see y'all in the next video.